In this video I want to share with you how we can create this type of Nord drum patch. And also what kinds of techniques you can use for playing it the way I just played it, so you can turn it into a full composition. My name is Yannis and let's jump right into it. First, let's start with the default patch. So here we get all those amazing sounds. And we can start with the kick drum. So on pad 1, which I have here, we can select A4. I like A4 because it's a square wave and it gives you those super fat kick drums that you can nicely distort. And you also need to lower the pitch. So you start with something like this. I like to close the filter a little and increase the decay. Here we maybe want to have the punchy one. But it still sounds pretty awkward because we need the pitch envelope, the band time. It still sounds a bit thin, which is why we need some distortion. And here's where the kick drum starts to really shine. Just see how it evolves if I increase the distortion amount. So awesome. So you can pick some amount that you like. Maybe we can stay here, and then you basically copy this pad. So you press Shift Copy to pad 2 as well, and pad 3. So we only need to change the pitch. So here we have a minor second. And also like a major second from this pad, or like a minor third from this pad. And we don't want them to overlap, so we basically create a mono group. So now they nicely cut each other off. Next, for those tribal type beats, it's super fun to create those short percussive sounds that still create a tone, but a tone with an interval. And again, we can, now I'm on pad 6, we can choose A4 and change the spectra setting. So first it's detuned, and then you get intervals. And actually I was using the interval of a fourth, which is 68. We can already distort it because we need the drive. Play with the filter a little. And also we need the bends for making it a little more percussive. And I think we need another pitch. It's this one, 68. And then we can again copy it to pad 5. So we select pad 6, press Shift and copy, and paste it to pad 5. But we use another pitch, so it should be a semitone higher, because this gives you this cool alternative sound. Still sounds quite dry. We're going to add the reverb in a second, but let's also check out the noise, which is on this pad, because those sounds were all without noise, and I absolutely love noise, especially for creating those aggressive industrial textures. And for selecting the noise, you need to start with bringing in the noise here at the mix knob and bringing down the tone, because we only want to have noise. While the Nord drum is some percussive pad, you can also create super long layers of sound, for example with noise. So if you increase the decay and choose the L mode, which is a long decay, you get quite a long sound, but we also want it to be a little more consistent. So now we have the filter envelope or the dynamic filter enabled, so we get this kind of movement. We don't want that. Actually, we just want to find one tone color that gives us the ongoing noise sound. Then we can also play with the different filters. I think I want to have it a little more fizzly. And the resonance can bring out a little more of a tone. So we can get a layer like this. And now all we're missing is the reverb. And on the Nord drum, I don't like all reverb settings. I often use the Hall mode. It's also the longest one, but somehow it's kind of charismatic. The other ones have a kind of weird decay, I feel, like with many sounds. So here we can now add the reverb for pad 4, actually pad 6, I mean. So this is the setting for the reverb. And the same for this one. And also the noise, and maybe we can even use 50 here. Sometimes you get the super long noise tail also through increasing the reverb amount to 50. But actually, we also want to have some of the initial sound. So through the reverb, we also get some longer noise swell. So now we get a really, really nice long noise texture. Although the noise still isn't as long as with the initial patch, and I was also using some delay here. So if you choose a very slow delay time and increase the delay amount for, in this case, the noise, you can filter it a little more. It gets longer because we have multiple delays. So if the feedback would be at a higher level, we actually get a noise that never ends. Pretty cool. So here you can really use the delay with the noise for creating super long noise soundscapes. So you have to trigger them once and then you don't have to play them for like a minute or so. And then we get the sound from the beginning. Let's make it a little longer. So that's how you can create those sounds, but I also want to share with you how you can play the full beat. And that part is actually going to be a free chapter from my newly released class 50 Compositions for the Electronic Drummer. And if you like that chapter, be warmly invited to check out the full class. All links are down below in the description. Because there you basically learn how to play 50 songs using only your drumming technique. You don't have to use the Nord drum. You get all sounds for the Nord drum, but also as wave files, so you can use other instruments as well. And basically learn a lot about how you can make compositions in a very minimalist way. And yeah, I would love to see you around inside the class. This beat is definitely one of my favorites because it feels so natural and organic to play. And it's based on a simple rudiment that you can play at any experience level, I'd say. It just depends on how fast you can play it. But it's a left, right, right, left, right, right, left, right pattern. So left, right, right, left, right, right, left, right. And the basic idea is a kick drum on your left hand and this kind of industrial tribal sound on the right hand. So you can try to play this for just a little while. And once you're comfortable with it, you can start varying the bass drum pitch because all three bottom pads have a bass drum sound but on different pitches. So we have this dark 808 type sound that is so enjoyable to play. And the way I did it for the recording is that I played the first one for 2 bars, then 1 bar each, so it's 4 bars, and then there's another sequence of 4 bars where I stay on the first pad, and also there's going to be a little fill that I'll speak about in a second, but the whole structure would look like this. Again. Super fun. And you can add another variation by changing to this pad at one particular position. So in the recording I played like this. So it's like the 5th stroke. and only in the first of 2 bars. So for this pattern you think a 2-bar structure, and in every first bar you go here for the 5th note. Now, the whole song I played a bit freely again, so there are some variations, especially some fills that I will probably play differently every time I play it, but there's some main idea because I like to play those groups of 3 notes. Not as many of them necessarily, but it just sounds really, really cool as a fill. And you can start with one of those. Just listen to what I do again, check the MIDI files to see what I exactly did. And take your time to figure this out if you're not sure where exactly you need to place them. But as a first example, I'll now just stay on one kick drum and play a little fill here in the 4th bar. Actually, the sticking is the best because then we can already move with the left hand back to the kick drum. So it starts on the 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. This is a very cool one. If you start earlier, you can actually make a longer cycle, and with those ones, there's this cool rhythmic trick that you make, creating some 3/4 kind of figures. So if I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, take your time to figure this out, but if you want to build it in as a fill, it would work like this. I'm gonna play a 4-bar structure now. I think those were slightly different each time. This is because this is really a feeling thing. So it's great to improvise a little with this little figure, and otherwise check the MIDI file for picking out one exact version, listening to it, and then to see if you can place it exactly the same way. And actually, if you play and you play this fill a couple of times, it should organically come that you come up with your own figures and kind of know how to place it. But again, take your time here, but those figures are so much fun. And if this technique is available for you, you can also, inside the groove, sometimes make a double stroke, also a super cool variation. And one more cool variation that I want to share with you is that you just continue doing the left, right, right motion, again a 3/4 type idea, and use it as a sort of fill. So I'll play a pattern of 4 bars again, and in the 4th bar I just continue the left, right, right pattern. So you see how it overlaps and how it creates some interesting variation. There are different ways of getting back to the next bar. I mean, I was doing playing 4 single strokes now. Or like, you can also make it like this, so you play a double stroke with your left hand. Lots of versions, but you just need to make sure that you land on the 1 again. And yeah, this being said, as I mentioned, this is one of my favorites. I hope you have some fun playing it, and otherwise I see you in the next chapter. Thanks a lot for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this free chapter. And again, if you're interested in checking out the full class, all links are down below in the description. You're also warmly invited to listen to the album to get a taste for all the different kinds of sounds. And also be known that I recorded a full performance video that you can find here, where I perform this patch live. It's like a 3-minute piece, and you can see how this gets actually turned into a full composition. Apart from that, I wish you lots of inspiration with whatever it is that you create, and really hope to see you soon again at this channel. Bye.